Hey, what is going on, guys? X90 here, and today we're watching a video called Modern vs. Classic COD Zombies by Wheezy. Don't forget to check him out and like and watch his videos. Oh, let's get into it.
Zombies in Call of Duty has seen many iterations, several different eras that are unique to itself, whether it's good, bad, or mediocre. But there's two main eras of
Mediocre. Yeah, have y'all played Vanguard?
zombies that we can compare. The classic side with Prime Treyarch, and the
They're not
modern
even
side
mediocre.
with games like Cold War, Vanguard,
Vanguard
and
sucks,
Modern Warfare
yeah.
3. Let's get the obvious out of the way. Yes, I do think Modern Zombies sucks. A lot, actually. And I do think Classic Zombies will never be topped.
Modern Zombies, I mean, it's okay. He's talking like Cold War, Modern Warfare Zombies, and MW3 and Vanguard. Cold War's okay. I've never really played Vanguard, so I can't give a true opinion on it. And I think the Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is very unique in its own terms, because I mean, it's open world. It's like it's so weird, and I don't like it very much.
What we should be asking is, what's the big difference? Are we just finding things to be upset about? Are our expectations too high?
Probably. That is one thing. The expectations for BO6 are probably through the roof right now. There's so much going on with that game. Like, I really want it to be super good, and there's lots of people that are just praying that it's good.
For that, I found a way to be able to reduce and stabilize my ping.
Oh, we got an ad.
Vanguard and Modern Warfare 3
ones
have the excuse to be written off because they didn't have much time to be made, which of course would lead to poor results.
Yeah.
But whether it's excusable or not, it represents zombies and has damaged the core even further. We've gotten to the point where fans are hoping for more round-based zombies.
Dude, Vanguard really messed this reputation up. And Modern Warfare Zombies really didn't like hype it up at all either. Cold War was just there, you know. And BO4 sucked ass for a lot of people, so it's like, damn.
Content, but that's the bare minimum, isn't it? That should be the easy part. The hard part is building off the established formula. What did they do with Vanguard?
Yeah, they're always changing
Basically,
it up now.
It felt like an alternate zombies mode, completely separate from what we know, except for when they released the remaster of Shi No Numa with the added extension. It was round based and it wasn't half bad, but it came so late. Vanguard had already buried most of the community by that point, and I think most fans just didn't have the right energy going into it. But if they had done this from the start, I don't think it would be perfect, but it might be a good substitution until we got our official Treyarch Zombies. From what we had in the past, we had off years from the main Zombies experience that we all look forward to. Mostly having to wait 2 to 3 years just
2 to 3 years for a Treyarch game, but that's the worst part too, that you gotta wait so long to get a new Treyarch game, and then all the in-between games are either like trashy zombies or just they don't even have it.
To see what's next. That was always a huge problem, but with including the mode in almost every game between releases, I'd be perfectly fine with the formula of taking already established zombie maps and just extending them, adding little bits of content to something we are already familiar with.
Yeah, like with Shino, Numa, Reborn, and Vanguard, and there's also D Machine, which is like a build upon of Nocturne Totem.
It'd be something to get us by, but Vanguard fell flat. The entire game felt generic, and this would soon be a problem that plagues Modern Warfare 3 as well. One thing I notice about both games is how crappy everything looks. There's ugly tints thrown on.
Oh my god, dude, the graphics have literally declined throughout the CODs. Like the past 2-3 CODs have looked so ugly. And then the Cold War, which looked decent. It's kind of funny how the game started looking worse over time.
Or something that makes them look terrible. A new map back in the day typically meant a new aesthetic. One map you're playing in the freezing cold with the legend George Romero, and the next
Call of the
you're in
Dead.
a jungle with ancient structures and lots of nature. They all popped. They were vibrant and not so dull.
True, I didn't even think
They
about it like
also
that.
weren't overcrowded with unnecessary UI. No minimap, no ridiculous kill chains in the middle of my screen, no name tags telling me that what I'm shooting at is indeed a zombie, no RPG health bars, no character portraits showing up every time some actual character in the storyline has something to say, as if subtitles weren't enough already. It's very invasive, and it doesn't
That's
let
funny.
you get immersed into the appeal of zombies. It all becomes about information rather than taking in the map and gaining your own awareness.
Sorry, I got distracted right there. I thought he was actually about to die to that zombie. I thought he was so dead. That's funny.
Whether they add the options to turn off certain elements or not,
That's what they need to
what's the
do.
purpose to begin with?
Like with BO6, they're adding this new like UI feature to multiplayer. I don't know if it's in zombies, but you're able to like fully customize your UI. I hope to God that is in zombies. We could have a true hardcore zombies mode. You just turn everything off. That sounds horrible.
Are we catering to a certain audience? I think we all know what happens when you try catering to another audience. You risk catering to no one. That's where it becomes generic and what people would call soulless. If you were to repeat this formula in the next games to come, then it starts to become really hard to tell what game was which. Modern Warfare 3 is no exception, and I think it's a disservice to even label this as Modern Warfare Zombies when it's clearly just DMZ with zombies in it.
That is true. I mean, the DMZ mode in MW2, it was an okay mode, but it is kind of relatively the exact same as zombies. You get far, grab a bunch of loot, and then you exfil. That's all DMZ is, and that's kind of what Modern Warfare Zombies is.
I don't mean to ruin anyone's experience if they are having fun with this, or even with DMZ from Modern Warfare 2. That's okay. But I never understood what's so fun about it. There's hardly any real motives. There's no real economy, and many things you pick up are useless.
Yeah.
On a Warzone map that also just looks dull. This isn't zombies. It's something else with just a few zombie elements thrown in. The storyline I just throw out the window because it's turning into a Marvel universe with all these random crossovers that don't need to be happening. I'm sick of even just displaying this footage on the screen for you all. Let's take a breather and go into old school zombies for a minute as a comparison example. Something a little more pleasant for your eyes and ears.
Yeah, they've ruined the storyline for Call of Duty Zombies. Like, I don't even know what happened in Cold War except the fact that I don't know. Because they got rid of like main characters and you ran like operators, which were just like placeholders for nothing. So it's kind of like it kind of ruined the story for the game.
For time,
5?
world,
Were you saying
not
5 as a
still.
comparison?
Change is the law of life. And those who look only to the past
5 will
or the
always be a
present
golden map.
are certain to miss the future.
I
Playing
believe
as
5 is a
JFK.
great example to compare to. It's not exactly the best of the best, as that would usually go to maps like Origins, Mob of the Dead, Der Eisenberg, and of course others. It was also a bonus map, something for you to enjoy behind the Kino der Toten experience at the launch of Black Ops 1 back in 2010. For a bonus map, we're using lots of campaign assets. It was well executed.
Another thing with I'm not sure how this was in Vanguard, but it seems like the last few zombies being the Cold War Vanguard, they just released with one map. Like give us some variety, man. D Machine was okay for a bit, and I heard Vanguard sucked because there was no rounds. So it's like we need more, like at least 2 maps on launch, which that's what BO6 is doing. So that's good. That should help out the game.
We have an established cast of characters that are new to the Zombies universe. The ones most of us will likely be familiar with in the real world. They are
JFK.
quite charming.
To retaliate must be and has to be massive to deter all forms of aggression.
It's an example of them not needing to rely on characters such as our original crew to make a lovable cast. I always wanted to play as JFK himself.
I am all that stands between the dead and the White House.
Sometimes my influence to pick one map from another could be the cast itself. What do we get in the newer titles? Operators.
Yeah.
It's always operators.
Like what I said
If you were to
earlier.
start over from the beginning, remaking all the Call of Duty zombie games to have operators you choose, just like we do nowadays, what happens?
Nothing.
You never get the cast of characters such as Ultimates,
And we would
the
never get that?
mobsters,
Yeah.
and our political figures in 5. But the cast perspective aside, 5 is a visually appealing map. You have strong colors
Yeah, 5
and
is so
details
unique.
placed in each area, with 3 different levels connected by elevators. If you were playing through the campaign previously and noticed that one cool section was the underground part of the Pentagon and thought, wow, this would be cool to explore. Well, at the end of your campaign journey, you realize you do actually get to explore it. You have to remember what I said before.
I never really played the BO1 campaign, so I didn't even know that this was like a playable-ish mission in Black Ops 1.
A lot of assets are already being reused. Why can't we at least do that in the newer games so that there is extra time to develop new things such as Easter eggs, an established cast of characters with actual personality, and maybe the possibility of adding nice details into the map to make it unique from others.
See, in Cold War, they really reused the issue with Cold War is that there was nothing truly unique. Like I've heard from other YouTubers, since I watch a bunch of YouTube, that Cold War is really just reskinned campaign missions. Like I'm pretty sure I heard Forsaken was entirely just campaign put into different stages, and then Mauer Tone was also from the campaign. D Machine wasn't from the campaign, but it was just a build upon of another original Zombies map. And I'm pretty sure Firebase C was also from campaign. So it's kind of like they rip a bunch of stuff off campaign. But to like gain extra time to make stuff, like they still only pumped out 4 maps for Cold War. And then Outbreak was just reskins of like what? A part of the I don't think it was part of the Warzone map. It was just a bunch of multiplayer maps. So I just hope they could do better. Something more unique.
5 was able to do this through its unique Winter's How weapon and also the Pentagon theme,
Sure.
who was a lot of people's worst nightmare because he yanked your gun, making you have to chase him with whatever other weapon you had going through teleporters. This is when it becomes more unfair to compare it to Cold War, because at least that New Age Zombies game had some unique maps and weapons. Cold War
They
is
did
the
have a
best
lot of
example
unique
we
weapons.
got of modern zombies, as it's when they started switching up a lot of the main formula. This was a fully developed zombies mode by Treyarch and was supposed to get back on track after Black Ops 4 tampered with some of the core foundations.
Yeah, Black Ops 4 was, oh my god! Dude, the whole perk system was all over the place.
While it has our favorite perks back and has a main storyline, it's plagued by many problems shared within Vanguard and Modern Warfare 3. Even though we have a storyline, it's led by our favorite characters, the operators. It has the same UI problems with the screen being overloaded with useless information, making it hard to focus on the environment and your surroundings.
I don't think the UI in Cold War was really bad. I mean, this whole like critical kill zombie elimination, yeah, you could get rid of that. But I mean, besides that, there's the medals at the top. I mean, that's okay. I just think they need to clean up the kills. Like, goddamn, it's taking up a bunch of the screen.
It's ruining much of our immersive experience we could be getting from the beautiful maps we are in. I thought the vastly extended Nocturne Toten map in the wintertime was a very aesthetically pleasing map.
It was a really good map.
When our screen is constantly occupied with random clutter. It did do well with cutscenes preparing us for the map. I thought the old footage of Russian soldiers exploring this location and uncovering the secrets was really well done. It made me interested in what's going on here, while taking an unsettling approach with its build-up to reveal the zombies that infest the area. But quickly, the Cold War zombies experience got ruined for me that I no longer was curious enough to continue investing my time into the storyline and replaying these maps countless times.
Yeah, I kind of stopped playing after Fire Base City. So I played during the beginning of Mauer Tone, but I never finished that Easter egg, and I only played Forsaken like once.
It became a place to grind weapon camos and level up. It felt
Yeah.
weird having multiplayer kill streaks, multiplayer
Yeah, the
characters,
kill
and
streaks kind of mess it
additions
up.
such as self revives that it made whatever little bits the map had going for it instantly not be worth it. It became boring, and the generic traits overwhelmed the parts that were genuinely unique. You may be okay with those sacrifices, but for me, it just made me stop caring about the mode. It also
Yeah.
doesn't help that the storyline gets ripped apart with forcing elements such as
Yeah.
campaign characters into a universe that should stay separate. I know it's cool thinking of the crossovers, but
Yeah.
once
Forget
you
the
do
crossovers.
it starts to not be its own universe. That's what Cold War and Beyond has been for me. It now truly feels like another mode rather than a whole other game. Just an extra addition that I would never sink days worth of my time into. To me,
It
it's
is way
quite
different now
obvious
with
that
the
modern day
story.
zombies just isn't it. While some were okay with Cold War, I was not. And I don't think it's very comparable to the previous games. I don't mean to discredit
Yeah,
the good
that's
things
true.
the modern games have done, or to demotivate future work into the zombies mode, but to instead point out what my tastes are as a zombies player since day one, and what I think made it last much longer than what developers originally thought it would. With enough care to detail and not putting up with sacrifices to the mode, it can shine once again. Maybe not in the same fashion as before, but in a new era that can at least be remembered in the years to come. The remnants
Hopefully,
of the
yeah.
zombie community, I still see most of the popularity falling onto older games. Much older games.
Yeah, there's still people that play Black Ops 1 probably way more than Cold War, and as like my videos, I still play a bunch of Black Ops 2, and it's sometimes quicker to find Black Ops 2 games faster than the newest Call of Duty Zombies Cold War or Treyarch Zombies. I find Black Ops 2 games sometimes faster than Cold War, which is just crazy. It's something you just don't expect.
Is
Buffering.
that by luck or timing? I don't think so. I think New Zombies is so bad that people still find great fun in the older ones and would rather consume older content than what we have now. Despite it being much older than our newer iterations,
Yeah.
it still proves it is infinitely more replayable.
This was a great video. Don't forget to subscribe to Wheezy. I don't know what this is. No, don't play. Subscribe to Wheezy. This was a dope video. So make sure to check it out and like his video, since I'm just reacting to it. So thank y'all for watching the YouTube video. If you want to see more reaction type videos, let me know. And I'll see you all next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.